Welcome to another video. Now, I don't know what the sound was. I wasn't planning on making this video. Just gonna scooch this back a bit. There we go. So, I wasn't planning on making this video. I had originally planned to make a video next week about something completely different. But you know what? On this gracious day of when supposedly Jesus climbed out of a cave and was a zombie for a few days before he got raised to heaven, I got some wonderful messages from a family member, and I would like to rate it. This is Family Sins. Now, I haven't decided on what to call this. I'm thinking Family Sins is a strong title for this, but I'm going to give you some Islamic law right now, L-O-R-E, not the Sharia. So in Islamic mythology or Islamic understanding, opposed to popular culture where you may see people depicted with like a devil and an angel on their shoulder, Muslims believe that there are two angels on our shoulders that record all our deeds, and they're called the Kiram and Katibin. The one that records all your good deeds is called Raqib, and the one that records all your bad deeds is called Atid. Now, I'm going to take the job of Atid, and I'm going to review these lovely messages that were left by my aunt on Easter Day, Easter Sunday morning, and I'm going to rate them on how many sins she's got and also kind of respond to them, because I feel like that's a healthy way of dealing with this. Now, to give some context, I was notified that my aunt who took care of me, her name is, let's call her Juwaria. Juwaria was yelled at and really admonished because one of my other aunts, we're just going to call her Yasmine because that's her name and I don't care. Yasmine had berated her because she periodically stalks me, and she found pictures where I had done a photo shoot and some of my modeling pictures. She had found some of my modeling pictures and had decided to take her true anger out on my aunt Juwaria. Now, obviously, any rational, sane human being who has a problem with me would contact me. I'm not exactly hidden from public view. She has my fucking number. She could have texted me, but she didn't. She decided to have a go at my Aunt Juwaria, who took care of me for 2 years. Now, I am not saying that I am completely sinless. I definitely hurt my Aunt Juwaria, but I like to accept blame for what I did. And I don't necessarily think me doing anything here is wrong. It was definitely my choice, so if anybody had a problem with it, it should have been brought to me, like any rational human being would have done. Unfortunately, though, my family are not rational human beings. Most of them aren't. So I'm going to read, I posted it on Twitter, so if you want to have a look at the actual full text, it's on Twitter, and I will put screenshots up on this video for you to pause and read if you want to. But I'm going to just read the text and my response to it. Now, I had confronted Yasmine after she had berated my Aunt Juwaria because I wanted to just tell her, why are you blaming my aunt for the choices that I made? If you have a problem with me, you email, text, record a YouTube video, rant at me. You have a problem with me, you bring it to me. You don't blame other people, okay? Very rational, very normal, very, easy thing to do. But that's not how it works in my family. My family always point fingers at everything else. It's never easy with them. So let's start. So she starts this beautiful message by saying that nobody gives a single fuck about you and your shit indecent life. So I'm marking down 2 sins for dropping the F-bomb and saying the word shit, because we all know swearing is haram, right? And also for lying, because clearly you do give a shit about me if you're stalking me online and you're abusing my aunt who took care of me. Next sentence, we once did care about you, but that clearly doesn't mean anything to you now. I'm going to mark 1 sin for assuming my intentions. You didn't care about me. First of all, you didn't care about me. You cared about controlling me, okay? You are the one who pushed me to not report my father for beating the literal fucking crap out of me, and also pushed me to stay with family when I had the choice to live in a women's shelter. So you don't give a fuck about me, you don't care about me, you never have. You've only cared about getting me married off and controlling me. Next sentence of this message. Also, nice pictures on StarNow. I have a StarNow profile, check it out. Looking like a proper whore. You're a disgrace to your family. What is the definition of a whore? Someone who sells their body for sex and retains money for it. I am not a whore, so I'm giving you 1 sin for lying. Okay? Also, it's, as far as I'm aware, I'm an ex-Muslim, so this means nothing to me, but, my family are very devout, Salafi, observant Muslims. So I don't know why you're looking at pictures of me with my knees showing, which is aura for a woman to look at. So I'm going to note down 2 sins for each thigh that you've seen, and, any other possible things that you may have seen, like my belly button. Let's add that. Okay. So we are currently at 8 sins, and we have 3 sentences in. You're a proper disgrace to your family. You know what I do for a living? I support disabled people with learning disabilities, young people who have fewer advantages in this life as a 9 to 5, and I get paid shit for it. I get the minimum of minimum wage for it. So if I am a disgrace to my family because I didn't marry your chosen fucking unemployed Bengali boy with mummy issues, I'm sorry. No sins for that. We're just, that's an opinion. I'll leave that. The only fingers pointing, because I said that she always points fingers, the only fingers pointing will be your fingers pointing at your fishy punani, you no shame backwards donkey. So we're going to give you a point for saying the word punani, okay? 1 sin for punani, and a 2nd sin because who fucking talks like that? We're giving you a 3rd sin for grammar, and I would just like to say, as a comment outside my role as Atid right now, that I get plenty of sex, okay? I have a boyfriend who is a lovely human being, not abusive, has a wonderful mother who loves me and cares about me. I have a wonderful life without you, and I get plenty of sex. I have not had to masturbate since I left the family. So there's no fingers in my punani besides his. Also, I keep it clean. I know you're all projecting here with your fingers and your fishy punani and your fishy vagina, whatever. I know this is all a projection, okay? I study psychology, for God's... Oh, that's another thing. I'm fucking in university now, so there, face. I understand that this is all a projection, so please don't take your dirty laundry and, send it to me because I will put it in public. You no shame backwards donkey. I have shame. My shame is that my family is the worst fucking thing on the planet that has ever happened to me. That is the only shame in my life. I don't need to be ashamed of who I am, my body, my mind, my intellect, my choices, because I believe that I'm doing the best thing for my life. And I know that this is alien to you because you're so used to being obeyed and following orders from a man in your life. But that ain't me, and I'm happy about it. Also, donkey. Donkeys are intelligent as fuck and cute as fuck, so you can exit stage left. Backwards, you wanted to arrange me and push me into a marriage that I did not want to be a part of, and I'm the backwards one? We're adding a score for lying there, because backwards is not a word that you would describe me with. Next sentence. The reason for taking you into your uncle's house was so that you can live a decent life. Okay, we're gonna address this bit first before moving on with the rest of the sentence. No, it wasn't. The reason for taking me into my uncle's house was so that you could control me. So that's a lie, and I'm adding that. Also, decent life, that's subjective. A decent life is not being married and stuck in your in-laws' house forever. But no, instead you manipulate the chances you get. This coming from a woman who emotionally blackmailed to get married. Take your projections and please look in the mirror. Look in the fucking mirror, you fucking liar. And as the cherry on top of that message, she goes, oh, and just a tip, if you're going to take pictures in gym wear, lose some weight, you whale. First of all, my BMI is fine. My BMI is on point, okay? I am a perfect weight for my height, so I'm adding a sin for that because, disgusting. Second of all, I don't know if fat shaming is against Islam, but criticizing the creation of God is a sin, so I'm adding that twice, once because you gave me a tip about gym wear and once because you called me a whale. Also, whales are fucking amazing animals. And just a comment outside of my role as Atid today, the last time I checked, you weren't exactly the picturesque image and epitome of beauty last time I checked. Last time I checked, you weren't exactly America's next top model. Last time I checked, you weren't a size 0, okay? You've had 4 fucking kids, all of whom you hate. You live with a man whom you hate, and that's your life. I'm sorry I didn't want to be like you. I'm sorry. So the response I gave to this in my text was, coming from someone who couldn't grow up because her niece, being me, didn't want to get married to an unemployed version of her own father, and you care so little, but still blame a whole other person because of my decisions. Right, how very mature of you. Now let me explain the drama there. So the drama there is that the last person who proposed to me, that I physically met, obviously there were proposals afterwards, but I only saw CVs, it's an Asian thing. The last person who proposed to me literally said that he was a graphic designer, which if you're not a full-time graphic designer in a company, he was a freelance graphic designer, just means you're fucking unemployed, okay? So he was unemployed. And secondly, he said that he would never leave his mother's house. He has 4 siblings that live there. You want me to get married? That sounds so familiar to me. Remember my dad who cried when his mom kicked him out of the house? Remember that? And then he just continued to blame her for all of his problems because she kicked him out of the house? You remember that? It's a perfect example of who my father was, and you pushed me to marry that guy because you thought he was this height of piety for wanting to live in his parents' house instead of just living off their money and off their, off his dependence of them. Fucking ridiculous that you would want that for me. And then I agreed in August. And in the February of the next year, I had said, I don't want to do it anymore. And you did not say anything to that family of my refusal. You didn't say it. And you blamed me for it. You straight up blanked me in the streets anytime I saw you. Or you made a scene. And you want me to act like I'm the guilty one. I'm the immature one. I'm the one who did the wrong thing here. Your behavior is worse than my students. And my students are teenagers. And it's really saying something. It's really fucking saying something when a woman who is approaching past middle age, let's be real, past fucking middle age, is talking worse than my fucking students who are between the ages of 16 and 21. Continuing, so the messages she went on with after my response. Shut the fuck up. Okay, 2 sins there. LMAO, you ugly whore. 2 more sins there for criticizing the creation of God, which you're not allowed to do. Calling me an ugly whore. Whore, we know the definition of, so lying. And yeah, 4 sins straight there. At this rate, you won't be getting married to anyone. Listen, my life is at a higher value than simply being married. I'm sorry that I am not a bitter housewife. Bitter as a pregnant cat, right? Just sitting around waiting to bitch about someone. I am sorry. And I don't value marriage. I value commitment and love. And I know those things aren't like important to you, but I don't give a fuck. They're important to me, and that is what I will aim for in my life. And you know what? I'm a good human being, and I will receive love and commitment. So y'all can fuck off. So telling my future, I'm gonna give you a sin for that. Look at the state of you. You look like Meg from Family Guy. Okay. First of all, I'd rather look like Meg from Family Guy than Peter fucking Griffin. Okay? Second of all, you watch cartoons, which is haram, because drawing images of God is haram, so watching them, encouraging them, supporting that is haram. And second of all, insulting the creation of Allah. Okay, great, awesome, wonderful. I don't blame anyone but you. Blatant lie, because you blamed Joaria, my Aunt Joaria. Joaria is a fake name, by the way. You blamed my Aunt Joaria, and you had a go at her for what I chose to do. You're a fucking child, and you blamed another human being for what I did, and you're getting a sin for that. Joaria, she's an autistic cow. Okay, so slander, okay, making fun of the disabled, okay, and insulting the creation of Allah. 3 sins, right there. Also berating your husband's wife. Sorry, not your husband's wife, your brother's wife. I don't know if that's a sin, but I'm counting it as one. That's why you got all these chances. The reason I got all the chances was because I took them. Okay? It's not as if I wasn't kept under lockdown. Also, your brother was there. My uncle, he was there. I was living in his house. You think he wasn't keeping a lid on it? Of course he was. But you're not going to say that to him, because you're a misogynistic piece of filth who can't stand the fact that I have a better life than you already. Infinitely better life than you. And then to top all of this fiasco off, to top it all off, after committing all these sins, she says, you still have time to fear Allah. So I'm putting a sin down for self-righteousness. Repent, that's another sin. Death is waiting, another sin. Can happen anytime, another sin. Fuck you, fuck your religion, fuck everything. You are a pretentious, high-horse, piece of shit, pregnant cat bitch, okay? Okay? That is what you are. Stop abusing people who helped me. Because they are wonderful, beautiful human beings. And even though maybe I didn't have all my freedoms with them, they are thousands and thousands of times better than you. You know why? Because they don't bitch and sit and be jobless and do all this idiocy. And they don't swear every other word because they're pissed at someone for living their life. So let's count the score. So we got 3 here, we got 1 here, that's 4. We got another 4, so that's 8. We got another 4, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 fucking sins.
That's the amount of dicks that belong in her house.
Ed, leave. 32 sins from 4 text messages. My name is Atid today, and my job here is done. Happy Easter, y'all. Peace.